Right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people. You might be on the clock. You might be in the traffic on the way home. Maybe that Friday traffic. Maybe you on your way to happy hour. If you are on your way to happy hour, Deshaun Watson got your tab because Deshaun Watson got paid. The big news of the day, Deshaun Watson traded to the Cleveland Browns. And on top of it, they gave him a contract and they fully guaranteed that contract. Good for Deshaun Watson, Moshe After Vic Jr., First Lady here. We also got somebody who's going to make an appearance soon, and he is going to gloat, and he is going to flex, and he is going to do it all. And he has every right to, because for the better part of about 8-9 months, he's been telling us, yo, this is where he's going to wind up. And sure enough, he winded up where he winded up. So without further ado, Germstradamus, if you could, please, sir, grace us with your presence on this TV screen. And it's your moment. This is whenever you jump on, this is your moment. We were critical of it. We tried to say this shouldn't happen. I certainly was opposed to it happening. I did not want Deshaun Watson to end up in Cleveland, but he did. And now that he has, with everything that's developed, oh geez, Germ. I mean, this is your moment. So
well, let's get right to it. Let's go. Y'all like the energy, right? Let's go. What did I tell you? I told you, listen, if we're gonna talk about football and we're gonna make it make sense, because what's my slogan? Make football make sense again. If you want to go somewhere and you want to be able to make a dynasty, one championship in Cleveland, you become immortal. It just is what it is, bro. Mistake by the lake. Come on, bro. This is different. This roster has been assembled brick by brick, piece by piece over the last 5 years. You had a chance to get him then. Mr. Schefter, I just want you to know, like, you have so many whole references come to mind here in a situation.
Yes,
like
sure.
You rapping in words, y'all funny to me. It's still you want to be something, but you're nothing. Like, I mean, it's just, like I done did it. Like, y'all want to take my flow. I was
run with it.
Yeah,
I was the first one with it. Original.
Critical. Still wasn't grats. I see. There's a lot of gun bars in there. We don't need right now.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
I want y'all to understand. This is one of those situations where I had to do the music. You got to acknowledge me today, because today is acknowledge the truth today. And the truth is the Cleveland Browns, from a roster standpoint, besides San Francisco, I think we all agree. Yes. San Francisco's roster is still constructed to win today and probably for the next 3 years. Yeah. At least. Cleveland may be constructed to win for the next 5 to 7 years with the way that they've assembled a lot of the talent that they have. Say what you want to say about losing guys like Jarvis Landry, but Jarvis Landry and Odell leaving, and you get Amari Cooper, who does everything they do, is a true X, and has all of the skill set that Odell and Jarvis possesses, and then some. You then go to the other side of this, and you have a young Donovan Peoples-Jones who he can throw to as well. You take the Donovan Peoples-Jones, you add in the rookie from last year from Auburn, Schwartz. 3 tight ends you can throw to, because you brought back Njoku. You still got Harrison Bryant, who's one of the better route running tight ends in the league, with Austin Hooper, more blocking point of attack tight end. And then you got Nicholas, Ebenezer, Jeremiah, Chubb the third behind him, with Dearness Johnson and Kareem Hunt. Like, the roster is loaded.
What?
And it sounds like the only thing that they're going to have to give up, potentially, is Denzel Ward.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, and it says right here, Hooper got, okay, good looking, Vic. Hooper got cut because he was no longer needed.
Oh, yeah, Austin Hooper?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just signed with somebody. I saw it announced earlier, but go ahead, keep going, Jerm. This is your moment. Keep going.
But
You got the flow.
I just want everybody to understand. I'm not trying to show y'all the small picture. I'm trying to show y'all the large picture. You know, I'm trying to show y'all how the thing goes, man. Acknowledge me, man. Listen, when we talked about this, I said Cleveland can give Houston the most from this standpoint as well.
Yeah. So obviously, there's a couple of different ways to attack this, right? I'm gonna start with the football, and then later on in the show,
we're gonna go to life.
We're gonna go to life. When we get to the life portion, if you are sensitive, if you believe your moral ground is higher than us, you're not gonna want to hear what I have to say, and that's okay. But as long as you're here, you're gonna hear what we have to say. From a football perspective, like Germ said, logistically speaking, this makes all the sense in the world. There you got all the pieces, so I'm not even going to touch that because Germ lined it up so beautifully. All I'm gonna say is my stand and my take has been that Cleveland does not deserve him because they passed up on him twice. Listen, 5 years, $230 million, all guaranteed. All guaranteed. You talking about, I'm just gonna say what it is. You're talking about a black quarterback facing public scrutiny of this magnitude, as well as in a court case that's highly profiled, be it criminal or civil.
Talk about it.
And this man just got $230 million, all guaranteed.
Hey, listen, I come from this, okay? When you come up out of obscurity.
Yeah.
He was in the belly of the beast.
Yes.
The belly of the beast. The belly of the beast.
Bro, let me tell you, dog.
System. He was in the American justice system, y'all. He came out the belly of the beast. And the thing I need y'all to understand the most about this is you stay down long enough till you can come up. This is, you know, you didn't do something, so you stand behind your moral principles as you stand behind your moral ground. And you make it, and you let your day in court present all the evidence that it needs to present. Yes. This is bigger than Deshaun Watson. What they say is bigger than Nino Brown. This is bigger than Deshaun Watson. This is hey young man, you said you said this gun charge is not valid. You better make that lawyer fight for you. You better make them folks do what it is that you need to do.
So again, like this speaks to everything we talked about. This is connected to the whole Brian Flores lawsuit. Like, I'm sorry, the GM for the Browns is Andrew Berry, and Andrew Berry is what term?
Black.
Thank you. And this goes to speak to, again, when you have somebody in a certain position who is a reflection of what you might be or can relate in a whole different level to what you're going through, it matters. It matters that we change who is at the top of the corporate ladder of corporate America. It matters. It matters because it gives better opportunities for people with different backgrounds. That's just a reality check. That's not a whatever you want to call it. That's a reality check. So shout out to Andrew Berry. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. Forget my stance. Forget everything I said. I'm being so sincere when I say this. For the next 12 months, I will say nothing bad about the Cleveland Browns. I might criticize their football. All of that, sure, that's fair game. That's the lab, baby. But the Cleveland Browns today, in this moment, in my book, are a much, much better franchise moving forward because they got Deshaun Watson and they paid him. We're going to talk about what he's facing because what he's facing is not this propaganda they pushing out. I'm not saying he didn't do nothing wrong, but nobody can, none of us can judge it. Tanya, I'm gonna let you jump in, and then Vic's gonna make a few points. Free Deshaun, baby. He is free. You coined it. He is free. He is finally free. Now he going to your rivals, but he is free.
Okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with it. Like I'm going lunch in 33 minutes, and I'm about to go pack his shit up for him. Like I'm ready for him to go.
Good for him. Honestly, good
for him. Yes. And the fact that the money is guaranteed is good enough for me. I don't care where it is. Cleveland got my respect today.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you. German,
So
you want to add
as I throw this, I'm gonna throw this baseball reference in there as we get ready for Vic. Sometimes in life you got to swing for the fences. And in this situation, Cleveland, you're gonna have to swing for the fences to show the faithful, the fans, the people who've been there behind y'all for so many years. I said it before and I'll say it again. If you want to show that you want to win, this is the way you have to show it.
Side note. Sorry. Y'all know I report the news. Juju going to the Chiefs. Continue.
Juju going to the Chiefs.
Continue.
Oh, okay. Okay. So with that being said, I want everybody to understand today. I'm the Browns are gonna Brown slogan. Andrew Berry said, "I'm the only thing that's brown around here besides Deshaun." So that's what Andrew Berry said today. This is a stand-up moment. This is a stand-up moment as a franchise that you say, I want to take the proper step forward to win. And this guy can put me in that position. Again, how many quarterbacks in the world would you are worth what this guy is worth?
Not much. Probably 4.
4.
Ironically.
4. It's 65 to 70 quarterbacks in this league that probably can play. I ain't saying they're great, but can play. And it's 4 of them that matter. And you got one of them. Cleveland, shouts out to you. Go ahead.
The highest guarantee given to any player. Good for him. Vic.
Well, like Mo alluded to, for months now. Sorry, I'm in an undisclosed location outside of my office. So we had to get. We said that we were gonna do this if the news broke. We were gonna jump on and talk about it amongst each other and go live. Jerm's been talking about it for a while, like Mo alluded to, and I was of the one that said, listen, it would be outstanding because exactly what you guys just said. This guy is easily a top 5 quarterback in the world. Okay. And if Baker was going to be replaced, it was going to be either Deshaun or Russ. I was going to be fine with. Okay. Since there was a lot of talk of those guys being moved. And Jerm spoke about it. Jerm talked about it a lot. He said, Vic, they're going to move on from Baker. And like I alluded to in the shows before, I was like, man, listen, like, they've done commercials with Baker. They gave him the key to the stadium. You know what I'm saying? He helped change this 0-16 football team to an 8-9 football team or 8-8, whatever they were, the next season. There's no way they can do this, right? And sure enough, here we are. Jerm is getting ready to go see Deshaun, go meet with him right now. Probably Uber him around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, shout out to Jerm and the Cleveland Browns. He might actually buy a jersey now. Okay, I'm putting it out there, Jerm. So now you're gonna have to buy a jersey to go with your Roman Reigns.
Deshaun Watson attire. 4. If it gotta be Deshaun Watson 4, that's what it gotta be, baby. DW
I'm with
4.
you, man. I'm excited, man, because so far, like you said, there's 3 first-round picks. There's no players that are leaving the Cleveland roster right now, which means you're able to keep your core intact.
Speculation is it could be Denzel Ward and the other one could be Jeremiah or JOK. It could be, but in this scenario, ask yourself this question: you can find linebackers, you can sign linebackers to fill roles. I mean, Vic, we scouted JOK. We thought he was a first round player, and you got him in the second round. We thought he was a better player for them last year than even Newsom was. So I think it was interesting that both of those players are on the roster in general, and both of those players shouldn't have probably been there when they were drafted.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Cleveland has done an outstanding job drafting. They got Andrew Berry now in there. It's a great culture change.
Yeah.
And if the rumors are that Baker was acting a little immature, needed to grow up a little bit, and he's made it public, then it is what it is. You had to move on from him. He's had to move on from Cleveland. So it's going to be interesting, man. I would like to see him to go to Indy. But anyway, we're gonna keep it on Deshaun, and I'm excited to hear what Mo has to say about life because I got a couple things to throw in there too.
So a couple of quick things. Baker is being linked to Indy and now Seattle. And then obviously we still don't know what's going to happen. I guess Atlanta is just going to have to keep going with Matt Ryan, whatever. Shout out to Andrew Berry. This was a very ballsy move by Andrew Berry, but he made the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown just tweeted. He tweeted CAB, Cleveland Antonio Browns.
Wow. Wow.
We're going to see.
Wait, hold on, wait.
I don't know what that means.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If Cleveland mess around and they get AB to come here and play, and him and Deshaun and Amari get the active, listen, I'm just letting y'all know now, for everybody out there who got season tickets that didn't want them last year, the price is still the price. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
And it's not.
Hey, but wasn't there rumors?
I think I need some tickets.
Hold on, but wasn't there rumors that he was talking to Will Fuller and A-Rob too to move to get in together? Even though A-Rob signed with the Rams, can Fuller still come to Cleveland?
Yeah.
Will Fuller can come to Cleveland because Will Fuller is another veteran guy that you can have. You took Jarvis
and they were outstanding together.
Odell out of the equation. You bring him somebody he's familiar with. Mm-hmm. Him and Amari are going to get along like this.
Amari's a quarterback friendly.
Every position. It doesn't matter what position you need Amari in. Amari immediately is going to become one of his favorite people.
I mean, we already know these Alabama receivers are going to be automatically quarterback friendly with the way they run their routes. You know what I mean? So it's just trying to get, some consistency together and see what happens. But Amari and Will Fuller will be a good tandem with I mean, you mentioned Donovan Peoples-Jones. That kid is uptrending for us too. Like we like him a lot. So Deshaun's gonna have some people to throw to and definitely some people to block for him too.
And we didn't even talk about the fact that the Cleveland offensive line is one of the 5 best units in the league. They have the best guard tandem in the league with Wyatt Teller and Joe Bitonio. Listen, that's no disrespect to Quentin, Mr. Quentin Nelson, and the guys over there in Indy. I think Indy's line is and Cleveland's line are 2 places that you will want to go play behind. Bro, this is big. You get Conklin back now that next year after having an injury riddled year. Jedrick Wills is coming back. I mean, we
need Jedrick to
continue to improve. But you know what?
I'm
gonna ask y'all a question. Teron Armstead is still on the market. If you feeling froggy, Cleveland, you still got a couple dollars. Hey, Teron, you want to come over here for a year?
Yeah. I do it.
You're talking about a veteran pass rusher that's still 2 or 3 years in his prime.
Yeah, I do.
So who's going? Which of Jedrick, Bentonio, and Wyatt can hike the ball for you?
Probably Wyatt.
They still got Nick Harris.
And they got Nick Harris.
Remember that kid?
But if Teron comes through, then who we benching?
Who's the tackle?
Jedrick is who we bench.
Who's the
Jedrick in the
pass protector? A proven pass protector in this league, like Toronto. Is it?
Wait, who's their other tackle? Who's your other tackle?
He's benching Conklin.
The all-pro Jack Conklin.
Bro, if I can get Teron, I'd cut Conklin.
Wow.
Conklin's on a friendly deal.
Hey, but same thing though. If I can afford him, why not play all of them? Ain't no such thing as too much beef, baby.
No, you got a swing tackle.
Hey, you got to funny. Hey, you know what you do? You tell Bitonio, hey, you didn't already play left tackle, right guard. Now you can play center.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
But Bitonio is that type of player. He'll do whatever it takes to play for the team. He played big last year. He was playing left tackle, and he played it at higher fucking what's the name? The half of the players that played it.
And wasn't he a rookie when Joe Thomas was around?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have that vibe of like team guy first.
Yeah, 100%. So okay, couple of things to get into, obviously, right? First of all, they gave up 3 first-round picks, a 3rd-round pick, and a 4th-round pick. They get back a 5th-round pick, if you're Cleveland, listen, Cleveland fans, these ain't your normal first round picks that you used to now. These ain't gonna be top 10 picks. The goal is these picks are gonna be in the upper 20s, maybe even pick number 32. So, good for Cleveland. More importantly, 5 years, $230 million, fully guaranteed. That is perfect. Let's hope the NFL doesn't hate too much with, if they do suspend him. Y'all are so lucky that I got some congestion because I can't deliver what I'm about to say in the manner that I wish I could. So I'm gonna just say this, okay? All week, I've been seeing from a certain demographic, people trying to be on their higher moral ground and saying, oh my God, like, how are we celebrating Deshaun Watson possibly going to a better situation and improving his life and getting millions? And I hate how we live in a society today where everybody wants to make it something about them. Everybody wants to say, well, I have a problem with this for a bigger purpose, right? So I'm gonna be very, very clear and very direct when I say this. And like I said, I'm still recovering. So I am not gonna speak as many words as I wish I could. So I'm gonna keep it short, quick, and direct, but it's gonna be that bow tie flow. I am not here, neither is Views or The Scene or Germ, and certainly not the First Lady. I am not here to dismiss any of the negative perspective that we have when it comes to sexual abuse and sexual misconduct or sexual harassment, any of that. There is no doubt there is a rotten culture in America and probably across the world when it comes to this. The amount of sexual assault lawsuits, be it criminal or civil, that get dismissed or that they turn it around against a woman, or it is absolutely disgusting. We are not here to argue that. Okay. Here's what I will say. And I'm gonna just give you my opinion on this. Deshaun Watson's situation is not that of a predator that we have to like crucify. Because I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened with Deshaun. First of all, he is a professional athlete and a quarterback at that. Okay. When you are those things, what you are privy to is different than what most of us are. What you are exposed to is different. When the things you have access to is different. It's like it's just a different level of this world that you unlock in. Okay. The world of sex workers, okay? I'm gonna just say it. It has completely changed our perspective as a society when it comes to sex workers. There's more of a support behind them with the OnlyFans and you name it, the premium Snapchats, you name it. There's a whole different perspective on it. And hey, rightfully so, right? Can't knock the hustle. If that's what you want to do, if this is your best way to get your money, can't knock the hustle, baby. I have never in my life knocked the human being's hustle, because at the end of the day, if it got a customer, don't blame the provider, blame the customer. If it's that's it. Because if the product wasn't meaningful, if the product didn't have any monetary value, then nobody would buy it, right? But obviously, people are buying it. Deshaun Watson got into a world where if you are a frequent strip club visitor, right? I'm gonna just keep it as real can be. Especially in certain parts of the world, there's different. Like where I'm at, it's just topless. Like you walk in, you could literally order a steak and watch a woman shake her titties. That's it, right? Where I used to be at, and the places I've lived most of my life, there's a dark room. There's a room with curtains where nobody is allowed unless you you pay for
VIP.
it. The VIP. Okay. When you go to the VIP, very quickly, you will find out how VIP your experience would be based on the woman that you're going back there with. You're just gonna know there's codes, there's body language, there's certain vocabularyism, according to sources. Okay, this is not from personal experience. According to sources, it might be. I don't give a shit. You find out. I'm just being real. You find out quick what kind of experience you about to have. Okay, Deshaun being a professional athlete, like bro, if Deshaun really had issues with his quads or his hamstrings, or Vic, you could give me some sort of scientific Latin term that I can't enunciate. He is not going to no place off of 95 that has curtains on their front door. He is going to go to the back room of the locker room. Some 6'4" looking dude is going to come out and start working on it. Okay. Mm-hmm. He is going to those places because somebody told him, yo, these places do these things. And he is not the only one who knows about it. And he's not the only one who was told about it. So it's as simple as this. He went in the back. Hey, he read some of the body language wrong. He read the vocabulary wrong. Maybe he jumped the gun a little bit, and it didn't happen. That's all that took place. That's all that transpired. I'm not saying he didn't do anything wrong. I'm not even saying that he couldn't have been better. But this high moral ground that people are trying to step on for this is absolutely disgusting, because all it is people ready to break down a man's character. A man who has spent his whole life building his character, building his public value. And just because there are vindictive people in this world, aka the Houston Texans, because let's be real about it, like the Houston Texans tried to sabotage their own quarterback. All I'm saying is look in the mirror before we start trying to break a man down and make it something bigger than what it is. Because the sex workers world, right? And I got some friends of mine that are in the world. Shout out to them. I love them. I got great relationships with them. Not like that. Just hey, how you doing? Good to see you.
Friendship.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna shut up before I say too much. But point is, right? Like that world, if you've never been exposed to it or had an experience with it or work in it, you can't really describe the things that go on. It's codes. It's like baseball, hand signals, you know? So again, bottom line of the story.
Let me say, go ahead with your bottom line.
Bottom line is like, we gotta stop. We gotta all stop to be these pretentious, like, stop it. We're human, we make mistakes, and every single one of us has given in to that demon on our shoulder at some point or another.
Amen. Talk about it.
Go ahead, Tanya, because I'm about to break the internet real quick. Go ahead.
As someone that lives here and from here, there are a lot of women. I mean, we have soccer, we got football, we have basketball, we have baseball. So there are a lot of women here whose plan is to meet them for those types of things. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of those here. So there's a situation. Okay, so some of these people were of a different ethnicity, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a situation now on, I know I stay on TikTok. There's a situation now on TikTok where this white lady and this indigenous guy got together. She flipped the script. So now white supremacists are threatening his life, right? Until the receipts came out. So my take on that is it's a lot of situations where it's a lot of people that are falsely accused. It's a lot of people that are, the situation is switched to make them seem like the victim. It's a lot of that, especially here. So I'm gonna just say, I just think it's funny that none of this came out until he said he wanted to go. I just think they set him up for this specific purpose. That's my thought, being that I know some of these people here. and I know the organization people here, and I know how they operate because the lawyer has issues with the law himself. So that's just my thought. I'm glad he's gone. I'm ready for him to go. I don't care where he went. I just want him to go. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Go ahead, Jeremy. Go ahead.
So, Vic, did you have anything you want to say? Because I'm about to break the internet real quick.
Yeah. So then maybe I should go first. Because I know you about to give a good speech. You know, shout out to what Mo said. I mean, he can't say it, any better than that. This is a culture that is also very forgiving. You know what I mean? Again, we're not trying to excuse that anything might have happened. Deshaun could just simply be somebody that has some sort of sexual deviance behavior. There is a certain guy that is considered elite, considered one of America's favorites, that kind of fell in that trap, and his name was Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been forgiven for what happened in his situation. The reports from what his situation was pretty ugly as well, and how many women could have been involved. So we gotta stop criticizing people for behaviors that we might be doing in undisclosed locations. Okay, for behaviors that just because we're not famous, nobody's gonna know about. We have a lot of secrets, like Mo alluded to. That demon on the left side, you got your angel on the right side, you got your demon on the left side. That demon on the left side, about 99% of the time, is the one that we paying attention to the most. Unfortunately, God forgive us for all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, that's all I had to add to that. Deshaun is going to get forgiven. Deshaun is going to play himself back into the elite class, and he's also, I will put it in his hands, right? And his God hands, because if I'm not mistaken, he is a God-fearing man, that he will be at his best behavior and have a new reset at life. And we all can forgive him and forget.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So when I hear people talk about somebody else's past, the one thing that I don't like is I don't like talking about somebody's past or somebody doing something that's wrong, because at the end of the day, whatever it is that you believe in, sin is sin, wrong is wrong. No such thing as one thing is greater than the other thing. So when we allow people like Harvey Weinstein to walk around on this earth and we don't say anything about them, and then we come back in this situation and we talk about Deshaun Watson, that's when it becomes a racial undertone. That's when it becomes more of a racial disparity between groups of ethnic groups and things of that nature, because what you catch is you catch that this black person was put in a situation and they were made and scrutinized higher than this other ethnic person, white person, however we want to say it. Because I know Harvey Weinstein didn't get covered hardly at all, but Bill Cosby was all over the place. So I just want to make sure that we're see that remember that keeping the same energy that we've been talking about since 2017, 2018-ish. I'm not hearing that same energy being given. And also, there's a song by Future, Sierra's Ex, and with everything being said, it's called "It's No Way Around It," and it says a bee gonna be a bee, a hoe's gonna be a hoe, a killer gonna be a killer, and that's something you need to know. It's no way around it.
There's no way around it.
So at the end of the day,
no way around it.
You can't be, at the end of the day, the word hoe is used so loosely in today's society because everybody calls somebody else a whore, but we all have bodies. Bodies plural. So at the end of the day,
I don't.
So with that being said, the point of emphasis needs to be reminded that in life, we all have, and she can't even keep her, she can't even look in the camera no more because of what she said. So at the end of the day, what we have to understand is all of this judgment that we place, the opinions we place on other people's situations, other people's circumstances, it's called mind your own business.
Yeah,
it's called mind your own business, the business that pays you. I am in the entertainment world and the media field. I can tell you some stories, but I'm going to give you a brief one, a really good one. Brief and quick to the point. You know how many women got off at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport in 2016 when the RNC, the Republican convention was going on with no luggage, with a carry-on bag. And they walked through the said Cleveland Hopkins International Airport and through downtown Tower City and through these different things with all of these black cards that we knew were not theirs. Hey, I party with them. Guess what? Wristband on all night, didn't pay for nothing. What are you saying? Didn't pay for nothing. Every hotel in downtown Cleveland. And I'm just trying to say, I just want to show y'all a large picture. In that weekend, when they left on that Sunday, that Monday, they left with luggage. So all I want to say is, well, Germ, what are you insinuating? Because I'm direct. I like to get to it. I'm insinuating that the same politicians that you vote for, like them same 304s. So I don't want to hear none of that nonsense that y'all trying to display against athletes. In the end of the day, when you make more money, if you make more than $100,000 a year in Ohio, you're in 1% of Ohio. So 1%er, we're going to call them 1%ers today. 1%ers in the state of Ohio will get more play. 1%ers in any state will do and get more attention than everybody else. When LeBron was here, he paid more in taxes than some people made than half of the state made in a year. Y'all gonna stop this judging people
absolutely
based on things that happen, because if it happened to somebody that you cared about, you'll be defending them. If it happened, if just this higher moral principle, ask yourself this pedestal, while you putting yourself and your morals on this pedestal, like you some great Greek god, or whatever the case is.
Ask
yourself this question: if you such this great person and you have all this great moral code and compass, and you just don't put yourself in bad situations, why aren't you doing better in your life? Why aren't your relationships in order? Why aren't all your affairs tied up and sold up the correct way?
Right.
And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you break the internet.
Yeah. Like we've all Jerm, that was a beautiful, like that was just, again, what the truth is uncomfortable. The truth, I told this to a friend of mine, a very, very, very good, very, very, very good friend of mine this week, that the truth and comfort do not go hand in hand. Those are antonyms. Those are not synonymous. And that's just, and hey, that's as real as real can be. I think all four of us on this screen have given you fantastic points, and I thank you all. Bottom line of it all, man, don't judge nobody. Like the places that we have all lived in our life and the communities we've been in, we've all been around sexual abusers. Some of them family, some of them we called our friends, right? We are not going to sit here and put Deshaun Watson on that same scale, because guess what? If you're going to put him on that same scale, if you're going to call Deshaun Watson a sexual abuser, I love this person, but you're going to have to put Bob Kraft in there.
Hey, guess what? We haven't heard about Robert Kraft since about 3 weeks after that matter, have we?
Did we?
And he had a whole ring of.
Let me tell you.
He had them listen.
Let me tell you the hypocrisy of this germ. The same people tweeting and the same people on their Facebooks and on Snapchat who made all these jokes about Bob Kraft are the same people criticizing Deshaun Watson. Please. Hypocrisy.
Sounds about white. I mean, right.
Hypocrisy. And hey, this isn't just a black and white thing, because I've seen people of all backgrounds trying to put all this crucifixion on Deshaun Watson. All right, it's disgusting. It is honestly, it is infuriating, because I hate people who think they're better than people. I hate people who think they have a moral higher ground than other people just because they go to church or put Bible quotes. Bruh, what's her name? Brittany Renner? She got Bible quotes in her profile, okay? And shout out to her. I ain't got no beef with her. So again, This moral high ground that people try to pretend to be on, cut the BS, son. Cut the BS. Deshaun, we rooting for you. We happy for you. We hope the NFL doesn't come down too hard. And we hope whatever fine you have to pay in this civil lawsuit, that it will be covered by your $230 million fully guaranteed. Fully. Hey, if the bad guy won, so be it. Because shout out to Scott Hall. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do.
Hey, talk that talk. And real quick, y'all, before we leave, before we log off, I do want to do one thing real quick. The state of a situation for Baker. Now, I do want to say this real quick. Bro, I'm not going to be one
I got food in the oven. I'll be back.
Yes, go. Yeah, don't burn the house.
Yeah, we'll take it from here, sir.
But Vic, we talk about Baker. We talk about a lot of things with him. He's not an A+ player, but he's still a B+ player. Okay, be fair, because you can still win with him. And we talked about him taking a team that was 0-16, 1-15 in respective consecutive seasons and turning them into a mediocre team. The thing that I think that is the most important thing in this situation for him is you want to go to an organization that's going to put the right pieces around you for you to be successful.
Yep.
If I'm Tennessee, if I'm Indianapolis, those two teams stick out to me a lot because those two teams have a lot of things that they can offer him. They offer him a running game. They offer him some people he can throw the ball to. But most importantly, they offer him a culture that he can come into day one and kind of be quiet.
Right.
Indianapolis doesn't need a vocal leader. Neither does Tennessee. They have a culture established. They have the guys there that just want to work. And I think it starts with just the simple things like having center Ben Jones in the fold for a team like Tennessee. Ben Jones is gonna come in day one and say, "Hey Baker, we ain't talking, we playing."
Yeah.
Players like that matter, And then ultimately, I think Vrabel and Frank Wright are perfect coaches for a guy like Baker with his personality. So you look at those two things from those perspectives. I like everything that can be in the future for Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Cleveland was not the long-term fit for him in a lot of different ways. And I just think overall, I think he's a guy who he's going to need a little bit more help in order for him to get to certain levels. And that doesn't mean he still can't win a Super Bowl in his career. Still doesn't mean that. It just means that this Cleveland team, he's taken this team with this talent as far as you can go. Because as we say, the championship window is only 3 years, 3 to 4 years, if you're lucky. So Vic, I'm gonna let you jump in from there.
Yeah, I mean, those two teams are perfect because Jeremy, at least at the end of the day, they're a run-heavy team, and they're actually gonna call run plays. You know what I mean? And that's my criticism of the Cleveland coaching staff right now. You have a talented roster, even with Deshaun Watson as elite as he is. Any quarterback would love a very dominant running game to help them out, to take some pressure off. You know what I mean? So for Cleveland to be running the ball passing the ball more than they did run the ball this year, there's been many games where they could have probably, put more emphasis in running the ball to help Baker out, to help the protection that wasn't consistent based on injuries and your left tackle not progressing as quickly as you thought. They didn't help him out with certain things like that. And yes, he must have been immature. He must have, been a bad locker room guy. But you have to help him with coaching and with whoever's on the field. And I think Indianapolis will be perfect for that. The offensive line is outstanding, and they're actually going to call some run plays over there. They're going to actually dominate with the run game. Jonathan Taylor is great up-and-coming running back. So, I'm looking forward to see if he can go to the coach, and I'm going to give him 1 year. I'm going to give him one more year where I can say, all right, Baker, this is gonna be your make or break. Are you going to be that 89, 90 type of quarterback that I think you can be? Let me see it, because now you have the franchise, now you have the team, now you can start fresh, basically. And so it's unfortunate that it didn't work out in Cleveland, but I think he's got one more chance, and I think he deserves one more chance, because at the end of the day, this is a kid that plays with all his heart. Okay, he could have said week 2 or week 3. All right, let's get this surgery done. I'm out of here because this really hurts. He didn't do that. He decided to play. The coaches could have probably shut him down, but they didn't do that either. So, at the end of the day, I think Baker deserves one more chance. And, the criticism, going towards him, I think is a little too much as well.
So, Mo, what do you think?
About Baker? About Baker?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, with Baker, like, again, you guys broke it down beautifully. He's definitely going to get another chance. I think he needs to do some maturing and just kind of just eliminate all the BS and just focus on football and focus on turning around your NFL career. And wherever he goes, hopefully it's somewhere good, and hopefully he can make the best of it. We're here in Indy right now. That'd be a great spot for him. Obviously, the Steelers, some Steelers fans want him. Wherever he goes, I just wish him the best. Do I think he can get to a Super Bowl? I don't have a stronger take on that, but I do think that under the right circumstances, he can win your team some meaningful football games. That I do believe, because he did it in Cleveland before anybody else did it, and that's just the truth.
Right.
But yeah, I think we could close it out right here, fellas. Any closing thoughts, and lady, on anything, on anything.
Yeah. So did you talk about the package? So is it confirmed yet, or?
Yeah. So it's 3 first-round picks, a 4th and a 5th, and 3 first-round picks, a 3rd and a 4th, and they get back a 5th. So no players are involved in this deal.
So no players. So listen. This is funny. No players are involved in a deal for a quarterback of his caliber. And you have basically been in a situation now where you're Cleveland. You walk into your season with the same roster technically from last year. Only don't have Clowney and maybe 2 or 3 other players defensively. You walk in with everybody back on offense and a new quarterback.
Yep.
An upgrade at quarterback. This roster is the best roster in the land. You got 2 years. 2 years to make something happen. It is now or never if you're in Cleveland. What progress and what expectations? We're going to save that for another show.
Yep. Because we coming again this weekend. Tanya, any closing thoughts?
No, not at the moment. I'll save everything for the next show this weekend.
Okay. Vic?
Sir, we can't hear you.
Still can't hear you. Check your settings. Okay, all right. My closing thoughts are this. Shout out to Ari Myrove. His Twitter handle is My Sports Update. I've been following him for years. Fantastic account. Nope, still no Vic. He says in the last 11 days, traded Deshaun Watson, Devontae Adams, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz, Amari Cooper, Khalil Mack, and Yannick Ngakoue. All been traded in the last 11 days. Julio Jones, Bobby Wagner, Fletcher Cox, all been cut in the last 11 days. Switch teams, Von Miller, Allen Robinson, Chandler Jones, J.C. Jackson, obviously a lot more. Switch teams, Tom Brady, obviously unretired. My final thoughts is this. The NFL, for one, has no offseason. For two, my final thoughts. The Packers didn't get any worse. The Raiders didn't get any better. And I'm going to leave it there.
And with that being said, y'all know what this is. We are the scene. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make sure you do the things that you got to do. Take care of your business at the beginning, and we'll take care of you later. That's just how we do things here. Scene, baby.